Okay, I think we're ready to go. Hey yo everybody, I'm Braxton Wise. This is Third Copy Studio. And this is also Artoween 2026. I think I should change the name, but I don't know. We'll just keep it Artoween for now. We're already 7 streams in. 6 streams in? I think this is stream 6. Okay, well, just to catch everybody up on what we're doing, I am doing this project for the month of October, and the name of this is, well, I'm on the fence, but I'm still thinking I Was a Teenage Frankenstein, as a kind of a play on I Was a Teenage Werewolf, which was an old classic horror film with Michael Landon in it, actually. But before he was anybody, he was being a werewolf, which is probably where they got Teen Wolf from as well. You know, seems kind of like a remake in a way. So I'm just setting up my my devices here real quick. They're getting stuff laid out. I have a couple of shortcut things that I use instead of a keyboard for the most part. All right. Make sure audio is good. We seem to be fine on that front. Signal's good. All right. Let's go. We're making good progress. The more difficult parts, like this one and the Ghoul of Rock, is kind of a difficult one. There's just a lot of stuff going on it, and it has to be kind of mashed and situated so that it seems like it's in proportion to everything else. We have some perspective going on with it, but I didn't really calculate anything or measure anything. So, and I drew this, well, did I do it in like normal perspective? I think I did. If I remember right, I did this in normal perspective, then I distorted it to fit on the wall, so that way, you know, because if a poster is like leaning away from you, you're not going to see it. You know, like circles will look like ovals, you know. So if it's like this, when you're looking at it straight on, it'll be elliptical when you're leaning it away from yourself. So I'm trying to fake that out, and I just sort of did it by eye after drawing it just like this, so I had all the perspective and proportions easy to see right in front of me, and then I could just sort of distort this with a what did I use? I don't think I used Liquify. Well, there's a shortcut that I had to use to be able to move it independently. It's this, yeah. We select it that way, but then we have to have another thing to allow us to like freeform move it around. Which I don't know. I don't know if there's a shortcut for that or not. I think there is, but it's like 3 buttons or something. Let's see. It's under select. It's one that there isn't just a quick button for. Is it under this? Maybe not. Well, it was in there. Anyway, it's something that allows you to just freeform, what is it called? To manipulate the object. what's the word? I'm at a loss for word. Transform? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, there you go. Under edit. I would want it under select because it's a selection feature. But anyway, where would it be? There, free transform. So that would be Control Shift T. If you can remember that, awesome. Anyway, let's get back to the work. Here's an idea. Like, this has a lot of stuff in it that sort of personalized in a way. And like, for instance, when I was a teenager, I really, well, not a teenager, I was really young, maybe 11 or so. I wanted one of these, like a race car bed. So we put a race car bed in his room, and this is the sketch I did originally. Here's the finished Frankenstein, mostly finished. I leave him about 20. I leave everything, you know, maybe 20%, 90% done. I mean, 80 to 90% done. Maybe 10 to 20% left to do, and I just do that in a final pass. That way, just sort of tighten everything up in like 1 or 2 final passes. I just wanted him to look younger because I had just decided this was going to be a teenage Frankenstein. Posters from games that I liked, but also meme the names, but yet also kind of spoof the posters or the cover art at the same time. So every one of these is like a play on the name, like Gulaga instead of Galaga. As an example, Ghoul of Rock instead of School of Rock. Let's see. Also, this one, School of Rock, does not have a real connection to me. I was... man, I don't remember how old I was when I saw that movie, but I was completely an adult by that time. It's not like a childhood movie or anything. That one was specifically a request. And it fits, and I like that I was able to kind of change the title in a way that would fit. And we've got like zombies. Kind of made them all green, zombie-ish. I thought that'd be neat. Let's leave this one. I was thinking of tightening up on this today, but let's leave this one and work on this one, which is Frogger. And I'll find my... Let's see, I'll find my my references. I have like a whole folder full of like web clippings, if you want to call them that. Let's see. I had that open, yet I did not open the folder I'd be using. I was almost ready today. Wait, didn't I? Maybe I put it somewhere else. I'm pretty sure I pulled like a poster example. Or reference from somewhere, right? Okay, we have race car bed. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. I think this won't be easy. We should be able to bang that out today and maybe do... I don't know. Maybe we can do this one. Jacques the Nipper is... well, kind of like a play on Jack the Ripper. And this is Chris de Burgh singing from his 80s video and song, Don't Pay the Ferryman. But we gave him fangs because weirdly he's wearing a vampire cape, but yet the song is not about being a vampire. So now he is a vampire. Hey yo, woo woo. Welcome in. I was just monologuing. Also here, there's another thing I was gonna do, which I don't know how dark this is. I mean, it is for Halloween, right? And this is not a made-for-children channel. Even though it's not an 18+ channel either. But this, and I don't know, this isn't exactly NSFW, but it does depict a dead girl in a lake. Right? So, you know, I mean, it's Halloween. Scary. He's a monster. And in the book, there's a little girl, because I don't think anyone could just run out and read the book if they've never read the story. So, it's not a spoiler when it's like a century old. You should have read that by now. He finds this little girl and she's throwing like flower petals into a lake as like a game or something, and he misunderstands. And so she's dead in the lake. Like he like throws her in. Right. So you feel spoiled on? I apologize. But it's been a while. You had time. I mean, just to be fair. I accidentally spoiled, what was it? The game that they were playing on Heffy's channel. Oh, Phantasmagoria. And you know, when the husband gets all possessed and he does that thing. You know, the thing that he does to his wife? Hopefully we don't spoil it again for more people. I mean, the game's 30 freaking years old, so hopefully everyone knows literally the most infamous scene in almost any game so far. At least any mainstream game. And yet everybody in the stream was like, wait, dude, that didn't happen. And I'm like, oh crap, it hasn't happened yet. You guys don't even know. It's a 30 get. Do you really not know? Well, because I'll have to figure out a way of explaining without saying the word. It's the reason Tom stopped playing it. Well, okay. We'll just say this because we can't say the word because it's, you know, a thing. But he did the thing he did the husband-wife thing, but without consent. Forcibly. Right. And that's the infamous scene, although the scene is very tame. There's nothing like really bad or anything that actually happens in it. It's like really kind of fakey, but the premise is there. And some people Tom was like, nope. He had no idea. And it's kind of infamous for this. Like, everyone talks about it. I'm like, look, you guys are all old enough too. You're all in your 40s. This game has been out for 30 years. And you're all retro gamers. What's the likelihood that a 40-plus retro gamer has not played Phantasmagoria? I felt that it was pretty low. Apparently, it was very high because 100% of the people that were there did not know. It's like I don't even understand the world anymore. Okay, so here's what we're doing. I feel like I want to do that. I want to do this thing. What do we have now? The brush. Crap. I don't understand why it does this. There. Sometimes it doesn't open up the brush. So here. Didn't I just use the color picker? Maybe that's why it somehow didn't pick the color and then it highlighted the upper row. Pick color. Like hair. Okay, I'm just testing because Microsoft Windows Ink comes on even though I made a registry key to stop it from turning on. It turns on anyway. So we can either do that, little trees, a little path, something like that. If you spent your years playing Fatal Racing and Mega Race, you probably haven't experienced it. Yeah, but you would know of it, you know? I feel like you would know of it. I mean, I knew of it for years before I ever played the game. Because even though I hadn't played it until, later in my life, I still had seen it played and knew about the game. It wasn't? Okay. Well, I guess it wasn't... I didn't know what was popular there at that time. Anyway, I don't know what I want to do with this yet. I may or may not. But we need something for over here. And, yeah, that's what I want to do something. Yikes. Alright, let's bring this down a little bit and... I feel like I'm gonna move this forward so it's like that. My stuff is always like this, you know? Like, I'm always redoing stuff. You know what I mean? I'm not redoing stuff, but like, I always change my stuff, you know? Because I never do it right the first try. Like, I'm always just like stumbling my way through it until it's just, like, my stuff is always like this. It's always like the nastiest, ugliest mess you can imagine. Like this like this car. And it'll be like that for a long time, and then suddenly something will click in my brain and it'll just start looking good eventually. But my sketches always look like crap. That's what happens when you don't know what you're doing. I just end up figuring it out by accident eventually. Alright, let's do this. Like that. There, that reads a bit better. I don't know how to make a pillow at an angle look good. You do the classic pillow corner thing. Something like that. And put like another couple of pillows. I don't know, I'll figure that out too, I guess. No, here's what. We have like the mattress above it. Okay, well, this will get fixed. I don't know, to be honest. To be honest, I don't really remember. Oh, I got it. Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. I think I accidentally put my yesterday's video in the wrong category. I opened it up today to set it up for the stream, and which always takes a bit, and it was set to like automotive or something. I'm like, I didn't do that. Did I actually set that video in the automotive thing? Because I don't think that's gonna fly. We could put like a spoiler. How'd they go? Well, we need to have like a door. That's the spoiler. Spoiler alert. I should probably put that in the title. Because there's a spoiler. It will do it when I actually paint the car. We'll do spoiler alert in the title. It is a spoiler. It isn't though, it's like entertainment. That's what the category is. YouTube doesn't believe in art. There's no such category. Stupidly. Or deliberately. I think they're sending a message. Okay, let's do some basic color fill here. Get down to... Let's close up Hasselvania. And Froggy. That's our sketch. Sketch goes on top. Pawn. Alright, let's go make our color layer. Okay. And we'll leave that off for now. And I'll put in another layer for that background so we can throw that in really quickly instead of having to paint around him. Okay. Let's bring this down. He'll be easy and quick. And then go to here. Let's lock that. Acorn Electron. Hopper? That's cool. Was it any good though? Right. Let's throw down some color. I don't know if I want to draw these out because they will have an outline in them. Let's do this real quick. Okay. No. Let's just do it this way. No. I don't know if I want to make a separate layer. I really have too many layers already, and I'm not enjoying it. And I hate making even more layers. I don't like it. I'm uncomfortable. Really not happy. Layers give me such anxiety. Okay. An official Acorn Soft game. I've never even heard of Acorn Soft. I could just use a text tool, but I like making the lettering by hand. Especially since everything else is by hand, it'll look out of place. These frames will go away. These are just to contain it for now, and eventually I'll just pop them out and I'll put like a little almost like a drop shadow where they touch the wall. I don't like mixing hand-drawn stuff with precision. It looks off. Wow. Could that eraser be larger? Like the size of the planet? I'm feeling better now that I've got some of these software issues at least dealt with. It may not be fixable, but at least now I know how to handle them. The thing that really makes me obsess is not knowing what the problem is. I don't like mystery issues. And it's not enough that it somehow fixes itself or somehow gets fixed. It's not enough. I have to know what it is, even if I can't fix it. I cannot accept that something doesn't have a solution. Or that it just happens magically. I've never even heard of Acorn, actually. Of course, even though I am older than dirt, and I was around when this stuff was happening. In fact, I was around before video games. Long ago. But I didn't have the access to it that other kids had. You know, like I didn't have parents that bought me things like that. I did have an Atari, but like a couple of games because they wouldn't buy any, and they didn't buy it anyway. It was my grandparents, because the grandparents were like, you know, kids play these things. You should, you know, get him one. But they bought me one instead. So I had like 2 games for it because I couldn't afford, I had to buy them myself. And I was just like a little kid. I had no way of affording the price that those things were at. My dad particularly enjoyed that little caveat. Oh yeah, you can keep it. Because at first it was like, no, you can't keep that. Right? But then he was like, yeah, you can keep it, but you have to buy all the games. I'm not buying you any games for it. Yeah. I think it was just vindictiveness. He didn't like people getting me stuff that I wanted. Let's see. There. Okay, I think this is fine. Yeah, look, good enough. It's good enough. Good enough is good enough. Oh, I had a game I think was called Burger Time. And I had Asteroids. No, I had Space Invaders? It's been memed so much, I'm now trying to remember, is that the right name or is that the memed name? Oh yeah, because they did the movie, I think, called Space Invaders or something. I think it's Space Invaders. The little ships are above, and you're at the bottom, and you can just move side to side. Yeah, that's why I had that. I played the crap out of that. At arcades, I played Galaga, which is why the game is here, and memed, of course. But that's why the game is here in this poster. There's personalization. Wait, when you die, you fart? What, you mean just the sound of the thing? Okay, do I need any other things for this? No, but these do have like a... I don't know if I'm going to go as far as they did with the title. It's got like a splatter thing over it, and You know, they've got these like these spots. So let's do something like that. Let's do like let's just manually paint in a gradient. That's why I did these on separate layers anyway, so I could just sort of contain that. And the yellow will just sort of make its own gradient since it's so transparent anyway. Like it'll show through the green here. Let's do... It's not a very strong gradient either. No, I don't like that. It's too much. There. Blend them. A little bit. Then we'll do like another. Like yellow bit down here. And then we'll put these spots on it. It is like a splatter on top of them, but I really don't want to mess with that. Okay, let's do right. We'll leave it like that. We'll do all the color on one layer for this one in particular. Hey Lucid, welcome in. see. It's okay. It's doing all right as weekends go. Yeah, this is what I want. It needs to be a yellow-green. Here we go. Let's just color the whole thing if we can in one fell swoop. Okay. Thank you for stopping in, Lucid. Let's do this differently. We did, his arm went like this. Something like this. Right. Okay. No big, we got this. It looks so strange, doesn't it? But his toes are just barely peeking out over here. Let's see, this needs to be larger. There we go. See, the leg is foreshortened right here, so you're seeing the knee. What I'll do to differentiate that is just make the foot parts darker. It's not going to show yet because we're still seeing the lines. We're still seeing my sketch lines, and that's sort of visually messing things up. But you will see. Oh, you will see. We're just going to keep him a simple drawing in the background. I don't know how much rendering I'm going to do on him. There's a sketch going. Oh no, the frame isn't this one. This is the frame. The frame needs to be on top. We'll grab this because I'll put one underneath it, and then we'll grab this and put that on top. There. Then okay, so we're on the right layer. Should we do that with him in it? Or should we just remove him for the moment? Yeah. All of the above. I'm gonna do trees over here. You have some weird brown stuff going on back there. Be like dirt. To do some water. Too much green. I'm thinking. Yeah. Let's just borrow this one. Okay, let's do the foreground here. Oh, first let's do this and back it up, and we'll turn on the pressure opacity. Oh. Bit of a cleanup. Let's do a much darker bluer one. No. Nope. Also, I have a G pen. I actually have a real G pen. It's right here on my desk. It's basically a nib. It's a dip kind of nib, pen nib. And it's what like Japanese animators and like anime inkers use like commonly. That's why it's you know in a program that's very much like a Japanese owned program with a focus on anime and manga. So it makes sense that they would have a G pen and a real G pen. But if you're not in that world and don't do that stuff, you probably like it. I hadn't even heard of that. I mean, I was a pen and ink artist, but I had never really heard of. Where is my? I know. I don't think that pen would work though. Where's my turnip pen? My turnip brush. There. We'll see if that does anything. Yeah. Oh, we need lily pads. I like that color better. Okay. We'll use little water ripples around the edge. Okay. I'm fine with that. Let's see, where's he gonna be? Oh no, we can't do that. No, hold on, this all has to go back. Then we'll do, damn it. Foreground. Why do they make it so difficult? For some reason at the bottom here, it's almost impossible to get a double tap. That's a weird spot. Okay, this has to be like this so that when we why on earth did this turn to the object tool? See, because this way we have this in front of him. do this. Okay. What was that? That was terrible. Alright, now let's go back to here. Let's clear some of this away. Damn. Let's also put some actual color in here. It won't have a transparent background, but well, maybe it will. I may have to deal with that. We're not trying to get perfect on this. don't know if I like this. I don't know if we should worry about too much shading on him. Let's try to just do some basics. Also, I'm starting to develop a muscle memory for if I hit the color picker but I don't pick anything, I just automatically tap the button again without having to check. So I'm starting to get that in my head as like an autonomic reflex, which is what I want. I want it to happen without me having to think it. It's the only way I'm going to be able to do this without driving myself crazy. Why is this having such a hard time? For some reason, not really. Okay, he's fine. That's fine. Little mistake there. There's something wrong with this bit. Let's see if we can brute force it. I don't want to deal with it. It's probably like something on another layer that's interfering with it. Okay, Froggy done. No, Froggy not done. Let's go to let's see. That's what I want. Okay. Choose like a sky blue, cerulean blue. Yes, let's do this instead. We'll do the magic wand. No. There. Oof. There. Clouds. Now it's done. Of course. YouTube getting in the way as per usual. not enough that I'm actively streaming and stuff. It also has to include some extra torture and BS along with it. Let's grab my other. Here we go. This is our reference. Of course, we're not going to capture a likeness, it's too small, but we'll do something. In fact, we could do the background. Let's see, that was gonna go. Your friend goes above. Okay, let's do the buildings. I don't know what color we should use. I don't know. That really shouldn't be on all of them. Why is it doing all of them? I should not be erasing everything at once. Why is that happening? Hope it's not a glitch or a Windows issue. Because they they just brute forced a new version into my machine. So we're unhappy about that. I don't understand what this is doing. Why is this on a different layer? Why is the color not on the right layer? No, I didn't put it all in the color. I created a separate layer. The sketch is gone. Okay, well, it did something with the sketch. There, somehow it just disappeared. Is it still there? I don't understand that. What is wrong with this thing? Suddenly we're in a problem, and I was not having a problem. There you go. Shock color. Okay, is that the right one? I hope so. Crap. There. Why is this really? This is laying down way more than it should. Why is that happening? Oh, because it's so freaking... The brush setting is so soft. There. The whole time I'm just thinking, what is wrong with this brush? I don't know if this is gonna work. Let's do some basic cityscape. Okay, let's see. All right. Keep it painterly. Turn on the sketch a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. Since I was rendering this sketch and I shouldn't have been. It's so hard to see what I'm doing with this thing. Just nearly impossible. Basically like working blind and just guessing at what it looks like underneath. I'm just gonna lay down the basics and then get rid of this idiotic sketch that I made. Cravat. Very British. Let's just turn this off. There. Wow, look at that. There. And now we'll try and make sense of that after I finish this bit. There. Man, it is dead in here today. What? Like, did I do something? Did I say something wrong? Normally we're not this dead. I mean, it's not like this is a, you know, a well-liked stream or anything, but wow. It's rarely so dead that I actually mention it. Uh-oh. Wrong layer, of course. There we go. Let's see. I need to be on... Yeah, that's on the background. I was starting to work the background area. Let's just stick with him. Stop messing with everything. I may have to buy some A4 paper. Now that I have it in my head, I have to try and remember that for later. Not for this, but for this guy who makes these sewing patterns, and he exports them in A4, or no, A0? He does them in A0, but he also breaks them down to an A4 size. I don't understand. Like, why on earth would you do that? A4 is like metric stuff. And this needs to be white. Each has its strengths and its weaknesses. I like using both for different things, but you know, sewing I usually stick with inches. In fact, a lot of sewists, even in the UK, will still use inches. Carpenters can do that as well. They probably like the bigger numbers. It's easier to remember 10 inches instead of, you know, remember that in centimeters or millimeters, because their numbers get bigger. For me, at least. The thing is, though, that his market is, you know, probably includes a lot of us. And in fact, his pattern, that's the thing, his patterns are in inches. But he exports in some kind of, see, like, he's mixing them, which he shouldn't be doing. He shouldn't be doing that. He's mixing them. You know, because the pattern is in inches. And It's not like he has a metric version and, you know, regular, because it's no big deal. Like, I can, without the centimeter stick at any point, it's no big deal. But it's like he's, you know, they're just not, there's just no reason to have two mixed together like that. And A4 paper is not freaking cheap. That's gonna cost me like 20 bucks for a ream of that stuff. So I don't know. Like, the pattern is cheap enough. It feels like it's like I'm starting to weigh the possibility of the cost of the paper, because it's just not a commonly used size here. And the frustrating part is like, to make it more frustrating, it's only slightly off from US letter size. Okay? It's only slightly off. US letter size is 8.5 by 11, and A4 is like 8.37 by a bit over that. I don't remember. And my printer handles it. I just don't have paper for it. It's just how he does his patterns. Yeah, I don't want that to be gray. It's easy to think this is white because it'll look kind of white compared to everything else, but this is actually a light gray that we've got going on back here. Anyway, I just didn't want to have to buy like a crap load of stuff. I've already spent like a mint. Well, it's like us. You guys do the same thing that we do. Just a lot of you don't like to admit it. But you use both like we do. Like, our stuff is also usually universal. We have centimeters and stuff on both. We learn both in school. We use both for different reasons. I'm not a believer in a one-size-fits-all system. I'm really not. There's an inherent flaw in trying to divide the number 10 by certain numbers, and if you can switch to something that'll make that divide down more easily, why not do that? Why do everything in your power to avoid it? Just a banana. I'm fine with that too. One too many cheeseburgers. I'm fine with a banana system. Not really. Again, I just don't like one size fits all kind of things. You end up having to nudge things around because of that. Okay. I have to turn this into a painting now. Will he be fleshy or will he be white? Like white, like vampire white? I don't know if that's gonna work. This looks awful. fair warning, I might have a breakdown because of this little painting here. SoCal vampire. Oh, this one is in England, is in London, because that's Big Ben back there. Okay, so what I'm looking at is, I'll show you. What I'm wanting to do is, instead of drawing lines and stuff, I want to show you how you do it with paint. Instead of drawing all these features with lines, we're going to just use shapes. So what I'm going to look at first is, I sort of got his hairline a little bit, and his head is tilted more in this one than in this one. So I'm going to, I think I've got that okay. That's looking all right now. A little bit of a shape. It's still going to have an angle that his doesn't. I'm going to concentrate here and here. This is the shape I'm going to pull in first, or put in first. So I'm going to just concentrate on this line and try and map out the shadows on his face here. And this is me blending the color. Like, I have black, so if, again, let's do this. You know, eventually I'm gonna have actual tutorials on this channel. Get ready, because that's gonna happen. But the way I'm doing this, I have black on my brush, or no, I actually have this dark skin color. I could pick up some black and do that. And this is why my brushes are so soft, because then I can just color pick the blend between the two of them. And then I'm just sort of mixing my colors on the canvas instead of coming over here for every time I want to, you know, grade the color into different shades. And if this is still too strong, I'll just pick a little bit more of it that's a little lighter in tone. If we, you know, if we're a little bit scared of it, it's all right, because we can just get a little bit lighter as long as it's darker than this, and then I can do what I call mapping. So I'm mapping the shadows by just putting a light but just slightly darker color here. And then as I start finding this shape, I start finding the other shapes, because now I can see about where his mouth would probably be. Although the shape of the head here is a little bit off. We may have to deal with that a little bit. He's really dark in this one, so we actually could pull that black up and over and completely fake that out. So we don't really have to worry too much about this, because it's almost solid black in the picture we're looking at. So that's his upper lip. This would be his forehead. The eye would be here. and that's how it comes off the edge of his nose, upper lip, and then grab some of this. I'm gonna like remind myself that there's that little curl next to his lip of where his cheek comes up, because his mouth is open, so the cheeks kind of dimple and curl up at that, or mound up at that sort of ridge next to the nose when your mouth is open or when you're smiling. Oh wait, I had that lighter color there. Okay. Carefully, so I don't completely screw this up. I have some blue going on in here too. I'm not really paying much attention to it. His face is a bit longer than what we've got here. So let's do that. Let's just make that correction right now. His chin should be here. We're seeing the side of his head though, so it's like here, and the side of his head comes around into this area where we can't see. In fact, we could just do this. It's gonna look terrible for a while until I kind of feel it out. It's difficult to bring that up and over too, because it still just looks terrible. Okay, let's figure it out. He does have a whole lot of this going on. I'm still trying. I mean, this is gonna disappear, but I feel like it's giving me trouble to see his face if I don't actually get the full side of his head in there. Of course, who knows, this is going to end up possibly being like pretty horrible. We'll see. His face is just so difficult. I think it's just because I have him at an angle that I don't have the other one at. it's a line on his mouth. No, it should be down here. Right, because in nose, upper lip. Okay, there's this. His nose should be completely black over here. It's gonna be really dark. There's the side of his head. Reverse fan of the offer. Yeah. I'm trying not to put too much in here. Of course, my paintbrushes are just freaking out. The opacity is just much higher than I sort of wanted it to be. Okay, so we will refine him a bit more from a distance. I'm not understanding why this chin won't play ball. I kept working on that one spot and could not get rid of it. We should just do full black right here. Should we go more black? Yes, I think so. We should just go full hard shadow. It looks like such a crazy mess right now. Maybe it's too dark. Why is it that I'm having such a problem with him today? Probably because I went too far. I just went full overkill with the dark instead of just taking a minute to deal with it. This comes down this way. His cheek comes up further. That's what I was missing. Well, it's not the magic fix, but I was searching for this. Let's see if we can do like a mouth, like the inside of his mouth here. Welcome in, Strider. It is. We did another poster, the Froggy poster today. So far, this is what we have. See, he's coming together. You can see more of his face in this one. I still haven't, like, blacked it out like in the reference. Oh, you didn't? Okay. Well, yesterday... So this is Castlevania, but I put He-Man in it instead of the normal Castlevania hero. He might need a touch of work, but he's going to be seen from a distance, so this will just get tidied up later. That would be like the final pass when we're doing that. He will be a hero if he survives. Okay. At least this isn't the total mess that it looked like before. I've got his head a little bit skinnier than what I had before. He has quite a large head. Trying to figure out which eyebrow needs correction. He should be tilting. So this is... should be more like that. This one, I can't really see this part of his head because mine is really not quite as much in shadow as his. Of course, that's mostly because it starts looking weird when I try to black it in the way the thing is. Maybe we'll eventually figure out how to do that a little better. Oh, what do we got? What's up, Weffy? Thank you very much for the resub. So we'll have this ours will be a little bit different. When I'm kind of happy with this, I'll start trying to pop in the eyes. It's you trying to headbang. This is what we have so far. Just a quick recap. And we have the addition of a race car bed, because he's a teenager and he's gonna have the bed that I wanted when I was a kid that I never got. And bolt cola, because neck bolts and lightning bolts, right? But over here, I don't know. I'm asking you right now, do you think this is too much? The window, like, do you know? I don't know. You were the one that got spoiled on Phantasmagoria, so I don't know if you know how this story turns out. Because he meets a little girl. Is that a spoil? It's over. How old is this story? It's published in 1818. It's a couple hundred years old. It's over 200 years old. So y'all should know by now. I'm making careful not to spoil, but I'm gonna spoil anyway. He kills a little girl in the story, and I know. I went over the whole thing earlier though, before you got here, Lucid. Yeah, a couple hundred years old. I went over the whole thing about how I spoiled a 30-year-old game in Hefe stream. But you know, it was 30 years. So anyway, he kills a little girl, and I have a lake. It's hard to see the sketch, but in the sketch I put a lake and a little girl floating in the water. So I don't know if anyone will catch that, but I think I'm going to put that in there, right? But I'm asking you personally, anyone else who wants to chime in, do you think it's too much? Do you think we should leave the dead girl out of it? It's part of the story, and it's for Halloween. I think it makes it okay. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying I think it makes it okay. Let's go back to this. A living dead girl? Well, we don't have any way to convey that visually. So we could say we could say she's anything, but it wouldn't really show. Like, no one's gonna look at it and go, oh, I bet she's a living dead girl in the lake. Right? Unless we put like a little sign or something, I don't know. Which one was I on? Okay. Also, since I went the teenager route with him, he doesn't look as old as I originally drew him. He's smoother and younger. Do you think we should do like acne? Oh, or freckles. I was thinking, because kids often have freckles when they're young, and then the freckles go away when they get older. I, for instance, had freckles on my cheekbones and on my nose when I was very little, and then they just went away. So I'm thinking we could at least do freckles, and they would read as freckles. Acne would be harder to get it to read well, I think, unless we did like big shiny red acne sores, which would be kind of disgusting. You know, give it a little pinky, you know. Oh wait, we're not even on the right layer, because, you know, should we do zits on him like that? It almost looks like chicken pox, which I also had as a child. Like big shiny greasy zits. Should we go like that? Or should we do like freckles? Because, you know, it'd be easier to make them read like freckles. Franken chicken pox. I would just go with Frankenpox. But I guess that's what you get if you touch a Frankenstein and become a Frankenstein. That's Frankenpox. I don't know. I don't know, any ideas? We could do a couple of zits. I also want to add in like a very light flesh tone, like a little bit of a warm orangey glow into his skin. Just a touch. Like that. Just a little tiny bit, and then grab that and just start mixing that warm color into his shadows. Either that or just here, get rid of that. Either that or just leave him this sort of blue-gray color, and we'll turn this into like a dark brown or something. A 90s reference quote. Wait, what was the reference? Wait, also, did Strider get first? I didn't see that. Did anyone get first? Strider usually gets first if no one else got it. Okay, so this is also to get everyone up to speed on. This is a painting of Chris de Burgh. You got it? Okay, there you go. Now you got it. No, wait, you got it before. I just missed it. I was looking up and I saw the stock redeem and I thought that was it. I jumped the gun. You were first. So this is Chris de Burgh, a musician and singer from the 80s. Well, he's still around, I bet. But he did this song called Don't Pay the Tillerman. And this is what Cartube suggested. He said you should make Chris de Burgh in it because he has this video where he's a vampire. Well, he's not a vampire, but he wears his vampire cloak. So this is basically a clip straight out of his 80s video, Don't Pay the Tillerman. Or ferryman, not Tillerman. Ferryman. Don't pay the ferryman. Or ferryman, as we would say in American English. size, if that's a thing. There. I'll get my reference a little bigger on my desktop here so I can see it. Was it a single? The thing is, I had never heard of it. It wasn't until CarTube mentioned it, because I had no idea. Okay, well, have a good one, Strider. Or on the wrong layer. I'm doing it again. This needs to be wider. There, that's the shape I was looking for before. This does need to be wider. Well, maybe it's fine. Okay, so what if we try to add in a little bit of, let's grab this. Why is it that it's still too much? There we go. This should be totally dark though. We should just barely see some of it. In the reference, we don't. So maybe we just do it like this. He looks cross-eyed. Maybe he is cross-eyed. Let's try and fix that. I don't like that I messed that up. There, a little bit better. Kind of. What is this one? There's something on top of it. This is probably... I guess it isn't for some weird reason. It's just persistently blue right here. I thought maybe it was something else. Oh, this must have been something I missed. Let's see. He's on another thing, and YouTube is, as always, trying to screw with me. What layer is that on? Oops. He's still cross-eyed. He's looking out this way, I guess. I don't like that though. Oh yeah, okay, no problem. There we go. Thank you. I don't know if we're gonna, like, on the final pass, I'll go through and maybe rip his clothes or put a, you know, like a tear on his cheek or something, or rip some fabric or something, because they're kind of zombies and whatnot. He's got his head is still smaller than what it should be, but I'm just gonna leave that alone and not mess with it today. Darn it. Because we're on the wrong layer. Man, cravats are... just fake it out a little bit. There. Good enough. There. We could give him some fangs. No. I still want to give him fangs, though. What do we do with this? What should we do? Of course, I am still on the wrong layer. There. Don't know what to do with the lower part of this picture. Maybe just fill it out. Whoops. A little too much zoom. All right. I guess that's it for today. That's it for now. I'll make his room darker. It's not gonna be this bright. We'll dim it down. Maybe a lava lamp in the corner, something like that. Okay, that's it. Everyone have a really great night. Thank you for hanging out. I'll be back next Friday.